Well, good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports with me, Kenton Casimir. We begin tonight with cycling. The St. Lucia Cycling Association will be hosting its Independence Criterium Cycling Classic on Sunday, March 4th, 2018 from 1 p.m. at the Castries City Circuit. The Criterium Classic will consist of the 8 events as follows. The BMX 14 and under 1 lap, the mountain bike 14 and under 3 laps, the road bikes 14 and under 5 laps, the juniors or juvenile road 10 laps, the Masters 45 plus road 10 laps, the BMX open 1 lap, 30 laps open road bikes, the mountain bike open 5 laps, and the elimination race, that's the road race, where every 2 laps the last rider to cross the line is called out. Well, the event starts off at 1 p.m. on Sunday, March 4th, 2018 at the Castries City Circuit. The St. Lucia Amateur Swimming Association would like to inform its members and the public that it is once again forced to reschedule its Independent Swim Challenge to March 18, 2018 due to continued circumstances beyond its control. The Rodney Heights Aquatic Center is working assiduously to get the pool up and functioning in the shortest period of time. Consequently, the Independent Swim Challenge will no longer serve as a Carifta qualifier, as the deadline for final entries is Monday, March 5th, 2018. As a result of this development, the final team for the Carifta Swim Championship will be announced on Monday, 5th March 2018. Well, SLASA apologizes for any inconvenience caused to its swimmers, volunteers, and of course, its sponsors. Another round of matches in the Massey United Insurance Secondary Schools cricket competition saw wins for SMC, Miku Secondary, and Binfield Secondary. At the Grosley playing field, SMC defeated Sir Ira Simmons by 64 runs. Batting first, Sir Ira, St. Mary's College, they got to 273 all out in 40.5 overs. Rashad Gaston top scored with 87. Simeon Gerson scored 54, while Dylan LaForce got to 46. For Sir Ira Simmons, Shahid Clazel, he took 2 for 22. In response, Sir Ira got to 209 all out in 31.2 overs. Kerrick Victor top scored with 55, while Gabriel Bissett contributed 47. For SMC, it was the Windward Islands under 15 selectees who did the damage. Captain Simon Gerson took 3 for 29. Ryan Goodman, he took 2 for 30, while Armis Venner took 2 for 31. Now, in a match played at the Dennery playing field, Miku Secondary, they defeated Clendon Mason Memorial by 150 runs. Batting first, Miku got to 213 for 3 in 29.4 overs. Keon Gaston scored 51, while Neil de Turville also scored 51. In response, Clendon Mason were bowled out for just 63. Gavin Serie, he took 3 for 25. At the Philip Master grounds, Binfield Comprehensive, they defeated Viewfort Comprehensive by 4 wickets. Batting first, Viewfort posted 206 all out in 46.4 overs. Jamil Benoit top scored, with Daniel Benoit contributing 34. Tyrone Theodore took 4 for 24, while Chad Marshall picked up 2 for 27. In response, Binfield got to the desired total of 209 for 6. Cuthbert Hippolyte top scored with 45. Well, meanwhile, the St. Lucia National Cricket Association bowls off their 2018 cricket season this weekend at the Mindo Phillip Park, where they're going to start with the Mindo Phillip Division 1 and the Jacinta O'Geese Women's 50 overs competition. In the Division 1 2-day competition, matches scheduled for this weekend as follows. Barbaro, they take on Grosley at Groslow. Central Castries, they take on South Castries at the Mindo Phillip Park. Soufrière, they take on Choiseul at Lafargue. Migo take on Monriveau at Monriveau. And Vieux-Fort North, they take on Vieux-Fort South at the Philip Master grounds. In the Jacinta O'Geese women's 50 overs, on Sunday, 4th March, Grosley, they take on South Castries at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds. And the Choiseul, they take on Labrie at the Dennery Cricket Grounds. Jean-Philippe Marie, former champion in the doubles category at the recently held International Tennis Tournament in Barbados, has defeated McCollin Fontenelle in the final of the Pine Hill Lucelec National Independence Tennis Tournament 2018. Marie, without difficulty, secured the first set against Fontenelle 6-2. At the beginning of the second set, Marie continued dominating, which led to exasperation by Fontenelle as he walked off the court and he did not finish the match. Sad. Murray was declared the champion of the men's open category without losing any set in the entire tournament. Now, in the women's open category, Megan Williams, she dominated all her matches. Williams faced Aisha Emil in the first round, defeating her in straight sets after 2 hours of play. Williams went on to face Laurie Wisman from Martinique, defeating her 6-1, 6-1. She then faced Aviona Edmond, defeating her with the same score, 6-1, 6-1. Williams didn't stop at any sets. She didn't drop any sets in the entire tournament. Williams maintained her #1 ranking in the women open category in St. Lucia. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, Masha Football Council, they announced the Philip J. Pierre Cup. It's set to kick off this weekend. We'll tell you more when we get back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Football action in the capital of Castries is back. Yes, St. Lucia. The Masha Football Council's Philip J. Pierre football competition gets underway on Saturday, 3rd March 2018. Now, 8 teams are registered to participate in this year's event, namely Big Players, Lakudu, Flames United, Toughest, B1FC, Pave, Big Players Youth, and the Veterans. In the first game of the tournament, one of the tournament favorites, Big Players FC, will do battle against Lakudu. That game kicks off at 4 p.m. on Saturday. On Sunday at 4 p.m., Flames United will take on Toughest. Wow, good line both days. Now, round 5 of the first division football competition will be played out at 2 different venues tonight. At the Philip Masley grounds, league leaders Platinum FC will seek to extend their stint at the top of the table as they entertain a very resilient Tiroche FC. This game is followed by the blockbuster encounter between the struggling powerhouse Uptown Rebels and the defending champions Northern United. At the ancillary playing field, RV Juniors will square off against a mid-table team, Big Players. The Masha boys will be expecting a result from this encounter and will be hoping for some slip-ups from the higher-ranked teams. Round 5 ends with the dark horse of VSADC, a clash against LS FC. Now, Jamel Warrican and Rakim Cornwall combined to torment the England Lions batsmen on day 2 of the unofficial test being played at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua on Tuesday. Now, Warrican, he pushed his tally in the series to 26 wickets when he ran through the Lions lineup to return figures of 6 for 33 of 18.1 overs as England crumbled to 102 all out after just 54.1 overs. Cornwall got in on the act with 3 for 46 of 24 overs. Only Haseb Ahmed managed a score of any note. He top scored with 48 before he was trapped LBW by Warrican. The only other 2 batsmen, Keaton Jennings, he had 16, and Paul Coughlin had double figures as England's batsmen struggled to negotiate the spinners. Now, at the close, the West Indies were 157 for 4 from 45 overs, an overall lead of 291. Well, if you have not heard of female physical education teachers who are not interested in the history of cricket, is one reason the game is falling behind other sports in Jamaica. Well, that is the view not of the common man, but Cricket West Indies CWI President Dave Cameron, who is from Jamaica. Cameron also believes space constraints have generally contributed to the waning popularity of cricket in Jamaica, which has given to West Indies cricket players like Michael Holden, Loris Rowe, Jeffrey Dujour, Courtney Walsh, and of course Chris Gale. It has nothing to do with the government, Cameron told the Sunday Gleaner. Firstly, we only have female PE teachers, which is a problem. Most of them don't know cricket. The game of cricket is very complicated. They don't know the history, and neither are they interested. That becomes an issue. When we went to school, most of our PE teachers, if not all, were male. So they coach cricket, football, track and field, and we're not getting that. We are not getting that anymore. Well, Cameron did also say that the cost and infrastructure requirements of the game were a factor in schools preferring football over cricket. It is not the first time Cameron has made such comments. His 5-year tenure as CWI president has been ridden with controversies, none bigger than his differences with a group of senior West Indies players who abandoned the India tour in October 2014 over disputes involving contracts. Well, recently, Cameron made headlines when he said some of the players who had skipped the World Cup qualifiers for personal reasons might not play for West Indies again. Cameron. Well, finally, LeBron James is the first player to amass a mammoth 30,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists in a career. James, his 11th assist in the Cavs' 129-123 win over the Nets on Tuesday, was the 8,000th of his career. James accomplished defeat in 1,121 games. His career average stands at 27.1 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 7.1 assists per game. James finished the game with 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists for his 12th triple-double of the season. The performance guarantees that he averaged a triple-double in the month of February, becoming the oldest player at 33 to average a triple-double for an entire month. He breaks a record previously held by Wilt Chamberlain, who averaged a triple-double in March 1968 as a 31-year-old. James' 8,000 career assists puts him at 11th among all NBA's assist leaders. Andre Miller is 10th with 8,524, and the only active player with more assists than James is Chris Paul, who is 8th on the list. John Stockton is the NBA's all-time assist leader with 15,806. Well, LeBron is so far from that. Sports, see you guys in View. What? The DBS News continues after the break.